Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.
Balihari Guru apne Dyohari Sadvar Jin manas te devte kiye Kart na lagi var Je soh chanda ugveh Suraj chade हजार Ete chanan hondiyan Gur bin kor andhar Gur bin kor andhar Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I'll ask you guys a question, yeah? Do you guys get questions about your faith from other people? Yeah. How many people get loads of questions about their faith from people? Right, and especially obviously if you've got the sarup, it stands out, right? Now, what about how many of you guys have questions about your faith on a personal level? Hopefully, it's everybody else Mahapurk, yeah? We often have questions. Now, for all those people that had their hand up to say, I do have questions, how many people feel that the Gurdwara is a place where we will get the answer? 3 people, 4 people. So that's not good, is it? So the Gurdwara is not really solving the solution for the Sikh youth. For a lot of people, they're like, I can't relate to that Gyani in the Gurdwara. He's from India. He doesn't understand my problems. And also, like if I go and ask him a question about Sikhi, and instead of answering the why of that question, he just tell me off and say, how dare I question, and tell me to go and do some part or learn some Punjabi. Yeah? You're like, can you just give me the answer? So there's a problem with our faith. And I was in Canada, and one of those things told me, he said he took this Granthi to the embassy to get his visa renewed. And the American guy a Canadian guy who was there at the front said, what's wrong with you Sikhs? He was like, what's wrong? What do you mean, what's wrong with us? He said, you've been in the country for 100 years. He goes, yeah. He goes, how come you got no native preachers? Why do you keep importing them from India? And he was like, I never thought about that. Why don't we? And actually, that's true, isn't it? If you think about it, you would have thought in 100 years, you would have figured out that, we need to be telling people about Sikhi in English as well, but we don't happen to do it. So there's a big disconnect between the elder generation and the youth generation, yeah? And they're not really understanding sometimes some of the things that we're going through. And it was my view, and a lot of other people's view, that it's not important that we tell people to learn Punjabi all the time. It's more important that we get them to understand what Sikhi is, and then what is the point of part, and get them into the why first, then the how. And I'll just quickly do this thing, which you guys must have heard about, yeah? You may not have, but... why? If you like TED Talks, you would have seen this. What? Okay. Everybody's heard of Apple. I want to let you put your hands up. Everybody also heard of Dell? Okay. How many people would buy a phone made by Apple? Okay, come on, stop you purists, you Android purists. Put your hands up if you would probably buy one if it was cheap, yeah? And you trust it to work as a phone, all right? What about an MP3 player by Apple? Yeah, you trust it, right? What about a computer made by Apple? You trust that as well? Yeah. What if Apple made TV boxes, like Apple TV? Would you buy those if they were good? All right. And I don't know. What if tomorrow Apple released like a watch? You trust it, right? They're about to, yeah. What about if Apple released ice cream? You'd probably buy that as well. Most people would be like, yo, Apple made it. Must be good, right? Okay. How many people would buy a phone made by Dell? What about an MP3 player made by Dell? A tablet by Dell? No. Why does Dell fail where Apple succeeds? Yeah? And it's a rhetorical question, don't give me the answer. Okay? The idea is this, right? Apple, they tell you the why. They act like people behave this way, by the way. From the why, then the how to the what. We make decisions in our life based this way. However, we don't get sold some things in this way. So what Apple do is, what Dell do is they say, yo, we make computers. Yeah? And how do we make it? We buy in bulk, we push down our poor suppliers, and then we just make them cheap, and we sell them to you, and they work. And you're like, why do they make computers? For money, of course. What else? Now, what do Apple do? They don't tell you. They say, we make stuff that works. It's cool. It's always going to be amazing, and it's just slick. You're like, oh. And you say, oh, how do we do it? We just hire the best people. Yeah, we spend loads of money on R&D, right? We just always make our own proprietary stuff. We don't trust what's out there. And then what do? Oh, we make computers, phones, MP3 players. See, they start with the why, and people buy the why. They're like, yo, I like Apple. Yeah, they're good stuff. They make good stuff, and they don't just release stuff all the time. So if Sikhi was like this, what's happening in our Gurdwara? We're getting told, what do Sikhs do? Yeah. They wear turbans, they wear beards, they have 5K. So Gurdwara, they mathate, they give the daswant, they book akhand parts, Sukhmani Sahib parts. We're like, okay, how do Sikhs live? How are they as people? Oh, we get told sometimes, Sikhs, they don't lie, they don't steal, but we see a lot of that in our community. Yeah? Sikhs should be walking away from anger, greed, pride. They should be also not be racist or sexist, but we see a lot of that in our community as well. Yeah. But they don't tell us this. Why is a Sikh a Sikh? See this? And we get loads of guilt trips about this stuff. Did you know what the Shaheeds did for you? Yeah? How dare you do this? And look at what they did for you. A lot of guilt trips, yeah? No one's answering this. Why did the Shaheeds do it? What inspired them and what might inspire us? Yeah? The why. So, effectively, we're just telling people the outside all the time. And it's not surprising that most of our youth aren't buying. If Sikhi was a cake, we're not buying the cake. Yeah? Because what we're doing is, here's the cake in the shop. It's not a very good drawing, I agree. Yeah? It's got some cream in there somewhere, right? And some other stuff on top, like chocolate buttons. And you're walking into the shop, and it's got cream on it and stuff, but you don't know what's inside the cake. So what they're doing is selling you the icing. Loads of icing, 5Ks, all that kind of stuff, right? But they're not telling you what the cake is made out of, or why will it be good for us to eat it. Yeah? Because it's supposed to be a healthy cake. Now we know cake, too much cake, not good for us, right? But still, this cake's healthy for us. We're not being told what's inside it, the ingredients. So what I'm going to do is first go through the ingredients, yeah? And there's a line of Bani, right, that actually talks about Sikhi as food. We're going to use that. And most of you already know this line. Yeah, it's a bit of a magic trick. I'm going to start singing, and all of you are probably going to start joining in with me if you know the words. Okay? So it's going to pull it out of your head. It's in there somewhere. We're going to make it appear. You're going to start singing along. Then we'll go through what it means. Okay? To understand what is Sikhi if it was a cake. All right? So, we'll wait for Benji to sit down. We're about to start singing, Benji. Okay. Don't worry, you know the words. Okay, ready? Thal vich tin vastu payo, sat santokh vicharo, amrit naam thakur ka payo, jiska sabs adharo, je ko khave, je ko bunche, तिसका होए उधारो एह वस्त तजी नहीं जाई नित नित रख उर तारो तम संसार चरण लग तरिय सब नानक भ्रम पसारो. And you know what's going on? Let's look, Mahalapanj. See, isn't that nice? It's in your head? But let's try and explain that. What is it? Because there's a bit in that said, Jeko khave, Jeko bunche, tiska hoye udharo. Yeah? So what Maharaj says is this. This, by the way, Mundavani Mahela Panjwa, comes right at the very end of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, just before Rag Mala. After Slok Mahela Nova comes this, and then the Slok. And then it's just Rag Mala, and that's the end of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, right? So this is like the sort of royal seal, is Mundavani can mean. What Maharaj says is, okay, it's use the drawing. The word thal is like thali. You know those because you get langar in them, right? Maharaj says, thal vich, in this thali, by the way, Guru Granth Sahib is a thali. See, because at the end of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, so it's saying Guru Granth Sahib, Sikhi is the thali. Guru Granth Sahib is the thali. Maharaj says there's 3 things in this thali. Yeah? It looks like what you get in langar as well. Maharaj says, thal vich tin vastu. Vastu means a thing. Things, yeah? There's 3 things in this thali. Happy? What are they? Sat, santokh, vicharu. Sat means truth. And then I'll put the next one. Santokh means contentment. And then the last, vichar, is contemplation. And I'll try to fit that in there. Contemplation. Okay. Sat. Big thing, yeah? All the time we get told Sat Guru means true Guru. But Sat means truth. Let's try again now. Truth Guru. Who's got a physics Guru? Who's got a computer science Guru? Who's got like a maths Guru? People got teachers, innit? But here's a teacher who went to the class called the class of the truth about life. Did you have that at your university? No. Did you have that at school, college, anywhere? Have you ever had that class that said truth about life? You didn't go to the Satguru's class. Because he is the Satguru, the Guru of the truth, the teacher of the truth, the enlightener to the truth. So this word is getting mistranslated all the time. The true Guru, the true Guru. As if every other Guru was false. That's not how it works. Kabirji is in there. He was somebody's Guru. Was he false? No. Kabirji used the word Satguru. So a Guru of the truth is a teacher of the truth. Teaches the truth. Enlightens us to the truth. Yeah. So Sat is truth. Now the same word, Naam, can get mistranslated as well as a true name. As if all other names were false. Because true and false seem to be kind of like a binary thing, yeah? Now it could be the name of the truth. If you call the truth and give it a name and call the name of that truth, you will find the truth. Yeah? Sat, Naam, Naam, Onkadaya thale. Whose name? Its name. Call its name, you find it. So there's a lot of mistranslations happening because somebody somewhere decided the word Satguru sounds good as true Guru. So the first part is Sat. So Maharaj is saying that in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the things that make up Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the ingredients are this: truth, the truth about life. Why are we here? What's the point of it? And how do we get out? Who are we? Are we souls? What kind of souls are we? What is the purpose of life? We're going to go through this in a little while, okay? Truth. Then they say something else. They say contentment. Now, they say contentment is inside Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So it means that when we're in life, we're searching in it for something. You know, how many of you have got like I know you Americans probably do have it. There's a life plan somewhere. Yeah? In my life, I want to have X, Y, and Z, and then I will be happy. They actually tell you at school to make this up and then visualize it. They're very good at this kind of stuff in America. Visualize your plan, getting it, motivate yourself, be a go-getter. All of that is about having something which then at the end of it you become content. You've achieved what you wanted and there you are now content. Yeah? Maharaj says, in Guru Granth Sahib Ji is contentment. That means the soul is then at ease, happy with what it's got, no longer searching for something else. Yeah? Pukhya pukhna utri. The pukh will not go, Maharaj says, je banna puriya par. So whatever's there is going to make you totally content with what you have. It's not going to make you lazy. It will just mean that you're happy. Whether you get more or less, you'll still be happy. And then it says this, contemplation, vichar. Vichar kar rahe hain. This is called vichar. That means we're talking. Yeah, we're discussing it. And Bani is all about vichar. It's not about some kind of dead, just follow the rules and you will get into heaven kind of religion. It's about thinking. It's about using that brain. The brain was given to us as a gift. We're meant to use it. And so it's not meant to be a non-thinking person's religion. It's meant to be a thinking person's religion. Vichar karna. And then they say something else. They say Sat Santokh Vicharo. And then they say something else. They say Amrit Naam Thakur Ka Payo Jiska Sabs Adharo. They say everything in here is supported by Amrit Naam Thakur Ka. Thakur means Lord, Master. So it's the name of Vaheguru. Not my name, kisi hota na. Amrit Naam of him. His name. So, now. Then they say this Naam is Amrit. The Naam is Amrit, they say. Yeah? Anybody know anybody called Amrit? Amrit. Are you Amrit? No. Your mom is, okay. Anybody else? Very common name, isn't it? Amrit. And we always kind of mess it up by saying Amrit or something like this, yeah? Amrit. Yeah. Now, do you want to guess what it means? Sorry? Immortal. Immortal, yeah. This Mrit means death. The word Mrit means death. Amrit is the opposite of death. Like Akal. Kal means death. Akal means immortal. Yeah? There's many examples like Juni. Juni means in the life cycle. Juni means outside life cycle. So the becomes the opposite. So it's Amrit. It's Ada. Yeah? Mrit. Not Mrit, not death. That means whatever is this thing, this will mean immortality for us. Yeah? So I think it's a good thing now, before we go into this, is to see how these things are related to Naam. We'll talk about Naam in a second, but how are these three things related to Naam? Because Maharaj said, Jiska Sabas Dharo, they're all supported by Naam. All these things. Now look, Sat, Naam. You can understand that a bit easy, innit? Then who's heard this Shabad? Deho Naam Santokhiya Utre Man Ki Pukh. Give me the Naam that gives me contentment, and my hunger of my mind will go. So now contentment is related to Naam. And then Maharaj says, Amrit Vela Sach Nao Vadiyai Vichar. Contemplation. Think. All of these are related to Naam. So this is the thing that Maharaj says. Then the Maharaj says, Jeko Khave. If you have this cake of Sikhi, this is what it's made up of. This is what the ingredients of that cake are. Sat Santokh Vichar, all supported by Naam. Naam is like the egg in that cake mixture. It's holding it together. Yeah? Obviously we don't have egg in cake if you're Amritari. Don't worry about it. So Maharaj says, the cake of Sikhi has got three main ingredients and one thing that binds them all together. Naam. Then they say this, Jeko Khave, if you eat this, Jeko Bunche, who digests this. Tiska hue, Udharo. Liberation. Udhar means liberation. You'll be saved. So this cake is not going to make you fat. It's not going to give you more work at the weekend at the gym. What it's going to do is liberate you from life, from the circle of life and death. So that I think it's important now to go into this bit of truth. What is the truth? Yeah? The truth about life as far as Maharaj is concerned and what they teach us is every single person here is just having a human experience right now. We're souls. Yeah? We're souls that have been searching for a long time. We finally won the lottery. Not once, but twice. Finally, after 8.4 million chances, 84 lakh June, we got given the chance of a human life. Yeah? Everybody here, and everybody in your university as well. It's not just a Sikh thing. Everybody who's human won the lottery the first time as a human being. Right? The human being is not like, if you've got a plant, what does it need to survive? You don't need to be a physics or chemistry person. This is very easy. What it needs is water, sunlight, and soil. Good soil, yeah? Nutritious. Now, plant will grow in it, in those three things. You just look after it, it'll grow. But what if you gave those three things to a dog? Put him in some nice mud, loads of water, and loads of sunlight. Onne mar jana hai na utte. He's going to die, that poor dog, starved to death. He'll sing the sad song and then he'll pass away. So what you are determines what you need. You understand? What we are as souls in this human life is our aim is to meet God. Our aim in life is to meet God. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj very clearly in Dera Sahib, it's a real pity for all my life when I was heard Dera Sahib as a child growing up when I was 21, clean shaven. No one explained that bit to me in Dera Sahib. If only I understood that one Shabad, that might have saved me. Yeah, much earlier. All he says, Maharaj says quite clearly is, and you might know some of the words, so you can sing along. Yeah, Maharaj says, Pai parapat manukh de huriya, Govind milan ki eh teri bariya, Avar kaaj tere kite na kaam, Mil sad sangat bhaj keval naam. Look at this. Maharaj says in simple Punjabi, just Pai parapat manukh de huriya. Prapat means to achieve something. Pai means you have. Pai parapat, you've achieved. Manukh means human. See, I said to you on the lottery. Pai parapat manukh dehuriya. Dehuriya means body. You've achieved a human body. Simple, isn't it? Pai parapat manukh dehuriya. Yeah? Gobind milan ki eh teri bariya. Some people translate this to mean opportunity. But you know, like when you play PUBG, yeah? You all play PUBG? What happens in PUBG? When it's your turn, you have to play. You can't say pass. You can't. You pick up if you play pass. If you've got no cards, just pick up. Yeah? So you pay or you play. Play or you pay. You've got two options. So this is the same thing with us. It's not our opportunity, it's our turn. After 8.4 million life cycles, we've got the human body. This is our turn to meet God. Turn. Not a chance or some nice to have. Yeah? This is what we were made for. To meet God. Okay? And they say, Gobind milan ki eh teri bariya. If you don't, you lose out. You pay the price. Avar kaaj tere kite na kaam. To do this, koi hor cheez kam nahi aani. Nothing else going to come help you in this. What do they say? Mil saad sangat bhaj keval naam. Truth about life is, we need naam. Now, what is naam? Good question, isn't it? People are like, I don't know what this naam stuff's all about. Everybody's talking about how amazing it is, and I got to have some. What is it? Okay, so I'm going to do something a bit strange now, okay? But just go along with me, just humour me, I'm English. Just put your hands up for a second. Right or left, doesn't matter. Put one up. And then just place it on top of your head. Now, if you are aware that you're now touching your dasam dwar, it's got to be top of your head, Benji, not the side. If you're aware that you are now touching your dasam dwar, you can put your hand down. If you are not aware, please keep your hand there. If you know that's your dasam dwar, yeah, then you can put your hand. If you don't know, keep your hand up. Okay. Now, if you just look around the room, there's nothing to laugh about. Is most of you, I'd say 90% right now are not aware. Just put your hands down now. Okay. See, when I said we didn't go to that class about the truth about life, a lot of us didn't go to that class, and I hadn't when I was 21 either, gone to that class which taught me the truth about life. I needed a Satguru, a teacher of the truth, to teach me that truth. And it goes like this, that the human body, forget everything else, we don't even know how our body works. Our human body is made up of 9 physical holes. Yeah? And the 10th one is kept hidden. So I said, Dasam Dwar, it means your 10th door. So let's go to the first 9 and give you a clue as to the 10th one. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All with me so far? Yeah? This is from Barney, by the way. I didn't just make this up on the way here. Right? Guru Amar Das Ji, you know that part which says, Ramkali Mehla Tija Anand. See? That part, it's a long part. At the end of it, Maharaj says, No dware pargat kiye, daswa gupt rakhaya. Kept it hidden. Okay, so 7 I've counted, 2 are down below, where we go to the toilet from. Okay? Normally kids snigger, but that's alright. 10th one is here. Right? Now let's look at the eyes. Yeah? We look with our eyes, yet if we close them, things still remain there. So the eyes is to see, but things don't disappear if you don't open your eyes. They're still there. Right? Same with our ears. We use our ears to hear, and yet if we stop hearing or we close our ears, sound still exists. Agreed? So Dasam Dwar here is here to connect to God. It's meant to experience God. And yet if it's not open, doesn't mean God is not there. God remains. We can't experience Him. Yeah? Dasam Dwar has a purpose. The purpose is to experience the divine. So Sikhi, at the very beginning, is not about believing in God. That's far, far from Sikhi. Okay? Sikhi is about believing in your Guru, and Sikhi is about experiencing God. Get that clear? Believe in Guru, experience God. Not believe in God. Believing in God is like believing in your parents. Who believes in their parents when you can see them? Hai na? Ki lod hai? Experience them, you know they're there. And then your Vishwas and your Guru increases. Your faith in your Guru increases because Maharaj helped you to see God. Maharaj helped you to experience God. And this is what brought me into Sikhi. When I was 21, I was your average toking, smoking, drinking, Punjabi. Weekends without meat, would be weird for me, right? Because I was poor in this university, I didn't get that much. But so anyway, the point was, I was an average Punjabi kid, president of the Hip Hop Society, and loved my Bhangra, and was just like your average lad, And then I met a bunch of Singhs. And what surprised me is they said that Sikhi is not about what I thought it was. Going to Gurdwara, having langar, listening to a bit of Kirtan for about 5-10 minutes, didn't get what they were on about. Bit langar gup shop with the boys outside and then go home. That was my religious bit done. Yeah. Some of you might be thinking, that sounds a lot like my Sundays when I was growing up. That was my religious bit. What? Hold on, is that not what Sikhi is? No. We been missold the cake of Sikhi. We totally got missold this thing. They didn't even tell us what was inside and what was it about. Some of you might be told that if you're lucky from good parents, you got good sangat, tan bhag tode, but not mine. I didn't get told any of this stuff. So Maharaj says, the truth about life is, we've come here to connect. And that experience of the divine, from here, just call that Naam. So whenever we connect, that's Naam. So a Sikh is asking for more connection. Yeah? Just like a phone is on airplane mode. If our Dasam Dwar is not open, we're on airplane mode. Yeah? You can do all the other apps that you can do otherwise on airplane mode. You can play games, use a calculator, use a torch, or whatever you want to do. But one thing you can't do is connect. In order to connect to that satellite and make a call, you're going to have to turn the airplane mode off and then connect. And please don't butt in, but yeah, I can use Skype on Wi-Fi. Yeah? That's not what I meant. The point is to connect, okay? And what Maharaj is telling us is that the human body is a bit like the iPhone and the iPod Touch. We are iPhones, but we get told that we're iPod Touches. They look the same, they talk the same, but that's not what our purpose is. Yeah? Our purpose is to connect. They say that Pai Parabat Manuk de Huriya, Gobind Milan ki eh teri bariya. This is your turn to meet Vaheguru. And nothing else going to help you apart from singing the Naam in the Sadh Sangat. This is the way to connect. And that's what happened to me. I sat down with a bunch of Singhs. One had a guitar, and actually he was a Catholic guy, but he still liked to play guitar with a Sikh guy. And they started singing Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. And something happened to me. It was a bit scary at first, because it wasn't the senses, it wasn't the normal senses that I'd felt before. Yeah? And it was a bit overwhelming. It was like, it's much bigger than you, way bigger than you. You're tiny compared to it. And it's a bit scary. And I had a few tears come out my eyes and I got very emotional. And then I went back and I was talking to my friend and I said, this very strange thing happened to me today, hanging out with some Sikh guys. And they didn't understand it either. I didn't understand it. Yeah? What the beginning of it was the beginning of me waking up as a Sikh to what Sikhi was about Naam. Yeah? And if I don't tell you about it, then meri besti. Because Maharaj says, go out and aap japo, avra naam japavo. Go out there, jap Naam yourself and tell people about Naam. So far there's no religion here. We haven't talked about a religion, we talked about connecting to the one that made us. Yeah? So, truth about life is about connecting to Vaheguru, and by connecting to Vaheguru, we will find Vaheguru, who is the truth. The one who is the truth, the ultimate eternal truth, is the one. Right? I'm going to blow your mind just for quickly. Okay? How many people feel confident about the meaning of the word ik oankar? Okay, God. God is one. Okay, anybody else want to try? I'll give you that the ik means one. Okay, if I ask most people, I say to this, they say, what is it called God? They say, God is one, or there is one God. And I say, okay, thanks. That's the ik done. What does oankar mean? And people look at me like, that's a scary question. Why are you asking me that question? Hanji.
Is it one creator?
Okay, does oankar mean creator?
I don't know.
Well, no, I get the one. Totally happy with you on the one. One is ik. Anybody else on the oankar? You imagine, we're all Sikhs here. This is the very first word in our scripture. Pehla akhar, first word. And we're having a bit of trouble working out what it means. There's a problem. Because you guys, right? You're at university, you are the future. They keep telling us, Tusi sada, you are our bhavik, you're our future. You're going to make, well, we don't know the first word too well. That's a bit of a worrying thing. And that's exactly what worried me when I started thinking, maybe we should start making videos, bro. Because a lot of people don't even know what ik oankar means. Yeah? Okay. So, ik, I'm totally with you, means one. Okay? Oankar could have just so many meanings, but I'm just going to give you 3 meanings. Okay? The reason I'm going to go through these meanings is because the one thing that comes after oankar is sat. You understand? So this is related to sat. Maharaj says that the one with the sound made everything. Kita pasao, eko kavao. The one with the sound expanded. Pasao means expansion. Expanded everything. How many people here study physics, by the way? Or have studied physics at school? Most Americans, you have to study physics, yeah? So who's heard of the Big Bang Theory? How did the Big Bang start?
With a bang.
No, was that the sound?
Probably.
Was it a bang?
It was a sound.
It was a sound. Well, was it a bang? We're happy with it sound. Okay, what was there before the Big Bang? What do they call that? You can't whisper it. No. Singularity they call it. What's that? Ik. What's the sound? Ong. That was the sound that made the world, guys. Ong. And then akar. Creation. It's the Big Bang being described to you straight at the very beginning. The one with the sound Ong expanded everything. It's kind of freaky, right? All that time saying there is one God, there is one God. Turns out it said the one with the sound created everything. Yeah? That's just one simple meaning of it. Another meaning is that in Hinduism they use this word. Om. Have you seen that before? The reason they use Om and not ik in front is they believe that Brahma and Vishnu and Mahesh are the 3 main powers. One creates, one sustains, one destroys. Yeah? And they believe these are the top 3. There's no one above them. These are the top 3. Loads of temples to Vishnu because he sustains. He gives us food, looks after us, yeah? Not many to Brahma because he's done his job now. Made the world. Finito. Thanks very much. So not many people pray to him. And Shivji they're scared of because he kills you. So Mahesh, Shivji, same thing. Lots of temples to him as well. Yeah? Mara says no. Ik. Ik oankar. The one controls these 3. Eka mai jugat vyai tin chele parvan. Ik sansari, ik pandari, ik lae diban. Jiv tis pave tive chalave. He makes them go how he wants. He controls these 3. Jiv tis pave. However he wants, tive chalave. He makes them go. But then he says, Mara says, O vekhe. He looks at them. Ona nadar na ave. They can't see him. They're in ego as well. They can't see him. He controls them. Ik oankar. They thought Om. Mara says no. Ik oankar. That's deep, isn't it? Here's the other truth. That, when it says, Kita pasao eko kawao, tiste hoye lakh dariyao. The word dariyao, people say rivers. It's not rivers. The translation is not just rivers. It's June. June means life form. Lakh dariyao. How many lakh? What's a lakh, by the way? 100,000, agreed? Yeah? Lakh dariyao. How many lakh dariyao? 8.4 million. 84 lakh June. 8.4. With one word, he made creation and he made it into this 8.4 million life form. Kita pasao eko kawao. So the one expanded into many life forms. Species of 8.4. And that's us. We are from the one. ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹੀ ਹੈ ਸਭ में है जोत जोत है सोए that's the jot inside us तिसके चानन सब में है चानन हुए his light is inside all of us. How do you make the light real? Guru Sakhi jot pragat हुए. But the Guru's teachings, this jot inside us of the one becomes visible. So we are from the one. Ik Oankar means that we were made by the one and inside us is the one. That's way deeper than there is one God. है ना? हाँ जी.
With all due respect, I have a question.
हाँ जी, जरूर.
So if that's not the correct definition, it's when we do the name, we do just respect, and as in translation in English, would there be a chance to fix that later on? Later on in life, if we're learning not the wrong thing, the incorrect.
Will we have a chance? When we went to Japji Sahib, we went through the Katha of it on the YouTube channel. And then hopefully one day we're going to make a course, Japji Sahib course. It'll come with a little booklet with some deeper translation. If you look at any Purani kitab, like steek of Ik Oankar, like when they start, it goes on for like pages and pages. So somebody somewhere decided, you know what, Christians got one God. Let's just not confuse everything. We got one God. They simplified it too much and it got oversimplified and we started thinking that's what it means. Just like, for example, who thinks the Khanda was around in 1699? Who thinks on that flag of Guru Gobind Singh Ji was this symbol? Who thinks that was on the flag of Guru Gobind Singh Ji in 1699? Just put your hand up if this is what you thought. I know you're probably thinking, oh no, he's going to tell me it wasn't. But still, if that's what you thought up to now, just put your hand up. Did you think that as well? No. Do you know what it was? It was this. It was a kirpan, like that. Oh, sorry, a very bad kirpan. Yeah? I don't know if it was a smiley face kirpan like that. And there was a tal, okay? And then there was a qatar. And most of us nowadays haven't even seen a qatar. Yeah? But this was the Sikh flag. Kirpan, Tal and Qatar. This is a 19th century phenomenon, this Khanda. So hey, guess what guys? A lot of Sikhi is getting missold to us. And a lot of our leaders don't know what Sikhi is in the first place as well. Otherwise our Gurdwara would be in Chardi Kala. And they're not. I've already demonstrated at the beginning that most of us don't feel the Gurdwara fulfilling the need. I don't think most of the Pradhans know this. Yeah? I don't think most of the state secretaries know this. Hopefully some of the Granthis know this. But even they'll be like, Sanu pata si kidre bhul gaye si apa. Anyway, let's not cuss too much. Hanji.
So then what exactly is the significance of Khanda?
It just became a symbol. It became a symbol. That's all. We needed a symbol. This one looked a bit too militant. People made this one like, oh, that looks nice. There's many different versions of it. People settled upon one, and it was quickly taken up by people. And because they used one to miri, one piri, and then suddenly there was a whole philosophy around it. And there's like it just became too big, it snowballed. And it's like those banks that are too big to fail. And we just took it up. It's not like to say that symbol isn't a good symbol. It works. But it's not actually our symbol long time ago. But anyway, symbols can change. People can adopt new meanings. It's a good one. It explains our philosophy. However, just be aware that sometimes we've been undersold things. This wasn't designed to tell you, oh, don't wear the khanda. The point of this was, we have many assumptions about things, but they're not necessarily the right thing, or it's not deep enough. Yeah. So the Ek Onkar is not being explained to us and deep enough. And the next part after Ek Onkar, let's recap. Yeah. The one with the sound made everything. The one is on charge of the other three beings, the other deities that people expected to worship beforehand. The one controls them, and find that the one is inside us, and the one is what we are, where we've come from. Yeah? All of this is then the truth. Sat. This is Sat. The Sat is pointing backwards. Ek Oankar Sat. That's the truth. And what it says next is Naam. Yeah? But sometimes, guys, we don't say Ek Oankar Sat Naam. Sometimes we say Ek Oankar Sat Gur Prasad. Sometimes we say Gur Prasad. Here's the clue. Why is Gur Prasad equal to Naam? The only reason you can swap them is because they mean the same thing. The only reason you can swap them is because they mean the same thing. In maths you would say equal to. They mean the same thing. How come we can swap Ek Oankar Satnam, Ek Oankar Satgur Prasad? Anybody want to hazard a guess? Hanji.
Is it because when you get Guru Prasad, I mean, my mind just went blank. The long story short, you gain it you gain Naam from the Guru. And it's a Prasad that you gain. So it's the same thing as Naam, because Naam and Guru Prasad
is the same thing. That's what Guru gives. Guru gives that. That's what Guru's Kirpa means. Prasad means Kirpa here, not the nice sweet stuff we get at the end of the Gurdwara. Prasad means Guru's Kirpa. Guru's Kirpa is this. This is what Guru comes to give us. Satgur Sikh ko naam tan de. Gur ka Sikh vadbhagi hai. The Satguru gives, the Guru of the truth, the enlightened to the truth, gives his or her Sikh, his Sikh, Naam. And the Sikh is very lucky indeed. Naam meant connection. Connection to the one. That wasn't a lecture. Connection. So the Guru connects the Sikh to the one. That's the Guru's job. Is it clear? I'm not very good at writing clearly. Naam is connection. Connection is what Guru gives us. Guru's Kirpa. Guru's Kirpa hogi, we connect. Simple. So the Gur Prasad is Naam. Ek Oankar Sat. This is the truth. How do we find it? Gur Prasad. O Ek Oankar Sat. This is the truth. How do we find it? Naam. See, there's just first two words so badly mistranslated, you know. It's like you could be reading gobbledygook. There is one God, one creative being. His name is the truth. You're left thinking, great, thanks for that, I'm off. The depth is being taken away from us. Yeah? The depth is being taken away from us. The point of us, this vichar we're doing now, is that Sikhi is about these three things. Get the truth. When you connect, you get contentment. Oh, not again. When we connect to Waheguru and we experience the divine, this will give us contentment. This is what we wanted from the very beginning. This is what our soul sought from the very beginning. And therefore, we will suddenly have found what we wanted. The fire has got water and it just calms down. That's it. This is what we search for as human beings. The contentment comes from Naam. Deho Naam Santokhiya Uttare Man Ki Bhukh. The hunger goes. Get the food of Naam. And then Maharaj says, Vichar karo. Think about it. Think about Naam. Yeah? Naam da Vichar. So, Vichar is the way to get the mind to get inside this thinking. Like we're doing now. This is the way, contemplating this, that will get us to think about our life. What am I doing? Why have I come here? What is my point as a Sikh? Was I missold Sikhi? There's a video on our channel called Were We Missold Sikhi? Yeah? We didn't go to the shop and get described what it was we were buying. So we got hard done. You know, like in English you would say, you know, I need to go and, what's it, trading standards, and I want to sue the shop. You didn't even tell me what was inside this cake.